Picture this. Every morning you walk out to your backyard. You leave a handful of seeds on the table or a few crumbs on the ground. Then you head back inside. At first, nothing happens. The seeds just sit there, alone. Nobody comes. But one day, one shows up. A small bird that lands 3 feet from the table. Doesn't come closer, just looks, evaluates, and leaves. The next day it comes back, but this time it stays a little longer. And by the 3rd day, it eats. What you don't know is that moment changed everything. Not just for that bird, for you too. And nobody ever told you that. This is bird science. Most people think feeding birds is a simple act. You put out food, they eat, end of story. But science says something very different. When you feed your backyard birds consistently, you trigger a chain of events that completely transforms your garden. And it happens in stages, each one more surprising than the last. The first stage is the slowest and the most important. During the first few days, the bird that discovered your food doesn't just come to eat. It comes to study you. It watches what time you come out, how long you stay outside, whether you move fast or slow, whether you're noisy or quiet. It's building a profile on you. And while it eats, it's taking mental notes. But here's where it gets fascinating. That bird doesn't keep the information to itself. It shares it. Researchers have documented that when a bird finds a reliable food source, it changes its flight behavior. It starts taking different routes. It spends more time in the area. And it makes specific calls that other birds of the same species recognize. It's not a food cry. It's subtler than that. It's a change in its activity pattern that others interpret as a signal that something good is in that direction. And so the second stage begins. Somewhere between the 1st and 2nd week, you're going to notice something. It's not just one bird anymore. 2 come, then 3, then 5. And they're not all the same. Different species start arriving. This has a precise scientific explanation. It's called interspecific facilitation. When one species feeds calmly in a place, other species interpret that as a safety signal. If that sparrow is eating there without anything bad happening, then I can too. It's like when you see an empty restaurant and hesitate to go in. But if you see people eating inside, you feel safe. Birds do exactly the same thing, and the effect multiplies. Every new species that arrives attracts another. Your seed table becomes a meeting point, a social hub for the neighborhood's birds. But what happens after the 2nd week is what nobody really tells you. 3rd stage, your garden starts to change. Not metaphorically, physically. The birds that come to eat don't just eat. While they're in your yard, they hunt insects, lots of insects. A single chickadee can eat between 600 and 1,000 insects in a day. Spiders, caterpillars, aphids, mosquitoes. Your garden becomes a natural pest control zone. No pesticides, no chemicals. Just birds doing what they know how to do. But that's not all. Birds also pollinate. Hummingbirds move pollen from flower to flower while searching for nectar near your feeder. Sparrows and finches scatter seeds throughout your garden through their droppings. Seeds from native plants you never planted start to grow. After a month of feeding birds, your garden has more flowers, fewer pests, and more life than before. And you didn't do anything more than leave food on a table. But there's a 4th stage that is the most extraordinary of all, and it's about you. After several weeks of routine, the birds don't just tolerate you anymore. They recognize you. They know who you are. And they've decided you're safe. You'll start noticing behaviors you didn't see before. A bird that doesn't fly away when you step outside. Another that comes within 3 feet when you sit down. One that sings specifically when it sees you appear at the door. This isn't imagination. It's science. A study conducted in the United Kingdom showed that European robins can associate individual people with food provision in less than 2 weeks. They don't recognize humans in general. They recognize you, and they modify their behavior exclusively when you appear. But what comes after is what changes the experience completely. Fifth stage, the connection. People who feed birds consistently report something that science is just beginning to measure. A feeling of calm, of purpose, of connection with something bigger than themselves. And it's not just a subjective feeling. Researchers at the University of Exeter found that people who live in areas with a greater presence of birds have significantly lower levels of anxiety and depression. It didn't matter the income level, age, or location. More birds, less stress. And here's the part nobody mentions. When you feed birds every day, you don't just change your garden. You change your routine. You go out at the same time. You sit in the same spot. You observe in silence. You breathe. You disconnect from your phone even if just for 5 minutes. That daily ritual, that pause of stillness, is as powerful for you as the food is for them. You're not just feeding them. They're healing you. But there's something else you need to know. Something that can ruin everything if you're not careful. When you start feeding birds, you create a dependency. They adjust their routes, their schedules, and their territories around your food. If one day you stop putting it out without warning, the birds will keep coming. They'll wait. And when they find nothing, they'll spend valuable energy they need to survive. This doesn't mean you shouldn't feed them. It means you should do it responsibly. If you start, be consistent. If you need to stop, do it gradually. Reduce the amount little by little over several days so the birds can adapt. What you give them also matters. Sunflower seeds are excellent. Millet works for many species. Cut fruits attract different birds. But white bread has no nutritional value for them, and spoiled food can make them sick. If you're going to do this, do it right. Because once you start, it's not just your garden anymore, it's theirs too. So, what happens when you feed your backyard birds every day? First one comes, then many come. Your garden fills with life. Pests disappear. New flowers grow. The birds recognize you. They greet you when you step outside, and you, without realizing it, start feeling better. All of that from a handful of seeds on a table. Next time you go outside, leave something, anything. Seeds, fruits, clean water, and wait. Maybe nothing happens the first day, or the second, but on the third, someone will arrive. It will look at you, evaluate. And if you choose to be consistent, it will stay, and it will bring friends. Subscribe to Bird Science and hit like if this inspired you to try it. And leave me a comment. Where are you watching from? And what was the thing you liked most about this video? See you in the next one to learn more about birds.